Here's how I uncovered a video that Doug Ford's provincial government doesn't want the public to see.
All right, man, we're going to go for a bike ride.
Okay.
At first, I thought that there was a takedown order to get the TVO to bury it and wipe it from the face of the internet. Apparently, that's not it, but that doesn't mean things aren't a little bit fishy here. So let's dive in. A lot of us Ontarians might remember that video where Doug Ford and Jagmeet Singh went on a bike ride together in Toronto.
You're nervous when there's not bike lanes. At least I was. Someone dings you from behind.
Among other things, including streetcar talk and things like that Ford may or may not have understood.
Saw 4 empty streetcars, and it's just, it's not an efficient way of getting people from point A to point B.
It was part of TVO's Political Blind Date series, which was a Canadian television program that aired on TVO from 2017 to 2022. Now, with the recent Dougie craziness going on, you know, the stuff about him overstepping provincial jurisdiction on matters that should be really left to municipalities because every city and town are different. Specifically this time, he's suggested that the Ontario government is considering bringing forward legislation that could ban the installation of bike lanes when lanes for motor vehicles are removed as a result.
I also wanted to ask you about bike lanes and why your government's wading into this municipal issue.
So no more bike lanes to be installed if they are to take away from a motor vehicle lane. We're also just talking about this specifically, which is not healthcare, but I'm being forced to make this video essentially because it's an important one, and I'm just recovering from a respiratory illness, so if you can, like, subscribe, do those things while I go die.
Well, we just want to get traffic moving. That's what we want to do.
But you seem to be very, one track on that streetcars were the wrong way to go, never the solution.
They all have about 6 or 7 people on them. It's the biggest waste of money. Let's see.
This one looks packed,
Oh,
man.
there you go. There you go. One winner. You're doing good.
Filled with people, man. This is great. Getting people around.
Now, it would be bad if it was just Toronto, but we're talking the entire province.
These are the death mobiles we're going on.
They are City of Toronto, as you know.
Yeah, waste of money.
They're a great way to get around,
No,
man.
great bikes, but they're a waste of money.
You'll see people ride them even in the winter.
It's great.
Wait,
What? Hey, I'm not against them. Well, we just want to get traffic moving. Hey, I'm not against them.
So, talk about horrible ideas.
In those government internal documents that we have, one of the risks that is pointed to in that advice to your government on congestion, that not allowing the bike lanes if a lane of traffic has to be taken out, that it actually may not decrease congestion at all.
No, that's a bunch of hogwash.
Oh wait, that's on top of the more horrible ideas like the disastrous Highway 413, which is one of the stupidest projects to ever have been thought of. Especially when there's the 407, which the Conservative government sold to private companies at a massive loss to public taxpayer funds. Hold up, what? That's weird. Wait, we're not talking about that today. But also, he suggested to build a tunnel under the 401. Like, what? This is going to be billions of dollars. To solve what problem? And yet bike lanes are the problem? Yeah, okay. So, it does sound like the provincial government does not understand how to move people, and instead attempts to move just cars, and you get the worst traffic in North America.
A report by GPS and tech company TomTom ranks Toronto 3rd for having the worst travel time, and we finish worse than larger cities like New York, New Delhi, and Mexico City.
The 401 is horrible. I hate driving on it. Everyone hates driving on it. Okay, so with all of that going on, I thought I would go watch that specific episode of Political Blind Date, because I remembered it. I'm like, oh yeah, that was a few years ago, and he got on a bike. Let me go watch that. But I couldn't. It was nowhere to be found on the entirety of the internet. And it was really weird too, because there were very few mentions of it anywhere online. It was almost like it was wiped from the face of the internet purposefully. And actually it was, but for different reasons than I originally thought. But it does get weirder because seasons 2, 3, 4, 5 are all online and you can watch them for free. But the entirety of season 1 is gone. It's not on their website, it's not over on their YouTube channel, but I did go over to the playlist for it, and according to this YouTube playlist from TVO, there are actually 6 privated videos, and season 1 has 6 episodes. So here we are wanting to watch how, after 35 years of not biking at all, Dougie reacted to the different levels of bike lane protection.
Hey, I better take a spin around. I haven't biked in 35 years.
But this episode from November 14th, 2017 was nowhere to be seen. I swear I turned the internet upside down trying to find any mention of this episode's aside from this trailer, like 30-something seconds long, really not helpful for my case. But as I started digging further, I found a singular tiny little post with 5 little upvotes on Reddit that had the YouTube link of that episode on YouTube. And that's exactly what I needed. So then I went over to the Internet Archive, found the video from when it only had like 4,000 views back in 2017, and then I downloaded it via Stature. Bam, done. I had the file. I was still left wondering why season 1 was taken down, but I posted a story on Instagram that night that I had found the clips. I'm like, yeah, I found it. I'm gonna make something out of this. And in that post, I also claimed that it seemed like TVO got a takedown order, which was weird. And then it was great because an acquaintance of mine saw the story and had actually already stumbled upon this problem and had actually already reached out to TVO by email about this exact problem about season 1 and specifically episode 2 not existing on the internet anymore. Apparently, it was nothing more than just a conveniently timed licensing issue on TVO's end. Anywho, just for keepsake and documentation purposes, here's what they said verbatim. Thank you for reaching out to TVO. Unfortunately, our rights to season 1 of the political blind date have now expired. However, our documentary acquisition team is aware of this and they are working on renewing the rights. While I cannot confirm a date or when the season will return, please be assured that our team is working on it. So what are we to do? I have access to this file that you, the public, wants to see, but I can't legally just post the entire thing online because of copyright reasons. But I can definitely react to it thanks to fair use. And because I just showed you how to do it yourself, you could theoretically do it as well. Just try not to bog down the Internet Archive because it's a really valuable resource. You can't always do this with all these different types of videos, but if they are prolific and important, then they are often on the Internet Archive, or the Wayback Machine, as it's called. So my plan is that I'll be posting parts and adding tons of commentary and educational bits to the clips to provide context and fact-checking everything coming out of Doug's mouth during season 1, episode 2 of TVO's political blind date named Transit. Because oh man, do Ford and Singh say so many things, some hilarious, some right on the point actually, and a bunch of in between. And a bunch of just really wrong, incorrect, non-factual stuff. So I'll be fact-checking. And I just cannot not comment on them. They're just gold mines of... Ford misunderstands what he's talking about so often because he has such a car brain that he cannot get out of his brain and cannot get out of his car, apparently. And I think I'm going to start a series about people contradicting themselves. So, like, 10 minutes of Doug Ford contradicting himself and similarly entertaining videos, because politicians really need to not be able to just say things that are wrong. They need to be fact-checked, and we need to hold them accountable. So here's a playlist that you should tap now to get to the rest of the chaos that is about to unravel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions. This was a hard little bit to record. There's a lot of coughs to edit out of this video. Sorry if the audio and my voice sound absolutely atrocious. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you around in the other videos. Have fun. Bye.